Hello everyone, my name is EVOO and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. You probably saw the title of today's show and you may have seen the photo and you still tuned in, and that's great. I'm glad you did, because we all know chicken is very healthy, but did you know that the gizzards are one of the healthiest parts of the chicken? In fact, they are extremely high in protein and low in fat. What a great combination. They also have a lot of vitamins, including the vitamin B12, which, as you know, is essential for good brain health. So, besides all those fantastic healthy benefits, did I mention that they're also extremely tasty? You bet they are. We're going to cook some up right now. Okay, let's fire up our stove. First things first, extra virgin olive oil. We're going to add 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to start off by sauteing. I've got 1 clove of garlic that I've minced. Okay, and we're going to add that minced garlic to our extra virgin olive oil. And once that starts cooking, all we're doing here is flavoring the olive oil, and we're going to cook, we're going to saute this garlic for about 30 seconds. Nice aromas coming right now. Okay, so we don't want to let that overcook and get burnt. So, to our minced garlic, I have here 1 onion that I have sliced and diced. So we're going to add the onion, and we want to saute the onion with the garlic until the onion is translucent. So I like to slice my onion thin and then dice it. So this was 1 large sweet onion, which is about 1 1/2 cups of chopped onion. Okay. If you don't have a sweet onion, you can use regular cooking onions as well, or even a red onion if you like the red onions. You can use them also. Okay, so we're just going to continue to saute this until these onions become a little bit more translucent. Yes, the aromas are fantastic. Anytime you start off with garlic and onions and extra virgin olive oil, you know you're off to a great start for a good meal. Okay, so now what we could do is we can add, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of dry white vermouth. Now, if you don't have dry white vermouth, you can substitute with dry white wine. 1/2 cup. Okay, and then just work that around, and we're gonna saute this in for about a minute. There we go. That's already a beautiful sight right there. Okay, so now we are going to add paprika. And this is 1 1/2 teaspoons of paprika. So 1 1/2 teaspoons of paprika get added in. We are also going to add, I have curry powder here. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of curry powder. Now, if you do not like curry, you can omit this. However, I strongly recommend using the 1/2 teaspoon of curry powder. It adds a fantastic flavor. Additionally, I'll use that same curry powder teaspoon. We're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of tabasco sauce. Now, here's the part where you could have some fun. You could use a little bit more or a little bit less tabasco, as you like. Okay, now if you don't have tabasco, you could use a chili pepper. You can just put in a whole chili pepper, or you can use chili flakes. But basically, you want that little bit of heat. It adds just a nice little bite to the gizzards, to the chicken gizzards, and it just makes the world of difference. Okay. So that's all nicely incorporated in. Now we can add our gizzards. So, now today we're cooking gizzards. You could use this recipe for giblets, chicken giblets, as well as chicken gizzards. Now, what I did earlier is I just gave these a quick washing under cold tap water, and then I pat them dry Okay. In they go. And what you want to do here is get your chicken gizzards covered and coated in that beautiful, what I'm going to call base of a sauce that we started. Okay, and get them all coated. And then we're going to continue to fry these gizzards until they are cooked. First thing though, we want to make sure they're all completely covered with that beautiful, beautiful flavor that we just developed in a matter of minutes, might I add. All right, put the temperature back up to medium high, and let's get these fried up. It's been about 4 minutes. You can see they're starting to brown up already very nicely. And of course, as these are frying, you know, about every minute or so, just give it a little turn. And at this point, you can also add salt to taste. So as you wish, add your salt. And continue cooking. So it's been about 10 minutes, and as you can see, our liquid has pretty much all been evaporated and soaked up. So these are going to be ready really, really soon. We're going to give them another few minutes, and you could always tell when they're cooked. If you're not exactly sure, just take one and cut one in half, and then you'll be able to tell if it's still red inside or if it's cooked. It should be brown. All right, we're just going to give these a couple more minutes. Those are looking really good, and I'm going to say they're done. Just turn the heat off. That took not quite 15 minutes, about almost 15 minutes. Okay, oh, looky there. Oh my goodness, and the aromas, like I mentioned earlier, fantastic. Oh my goodness. Healthy and delicious chicken gizzards right there. Oh my. Okay, let's give it a little taste test. Now, if you've never had these before, the gizzards are a little bit, I'm going to say, chewy, kind of almost rubbery, but very, very flavorful. Mmm. I don't know what's more satisfying. I love that chew. I've got a little bit of heat on the back from that tabasco, that curry, just a little hint of curry in there. What a fantastic combination. I would serve these as a side dish. Have a nice plate of pasta. You have these chicken gizzards on the side. Or like I said, you can cook giblets this way too. Either way, you can't go wrong. Super healthy, super tasty, super good for you. I'm looking forward to having these tonight. And I really hope, if you've never tried gizzards before, give them a try. They're healthy and delicious. I want to thank you for tuning in and joining me on Cooking with the Koyas. And as always, until next time, buon appetito. These are really tasty. Beautiful.